everyone, welcome back. My name is Anya and today I'm going to be bringing you my 31-week pregnancy update. When I originally started to do these updates on a weekly basis, I thought, what could I possibly update on a week-to-week basis? What will be so different from week to week? But let me tell you, when I really put down thought into it and take notes and really start noticing what does change from a week-to-week basis, it's really a lot. One of the main things that I've noticed this week is that I've been so super tired. Last week I had a bunch of energy, I was doing all the things, and then this week hit me like a pile of bricks. I really have had to slow down, take it easy. I haven't been able to nap on a daily basis because, let's face it, life is just moving on. But for example, today, which is Saturday, I actually did fall asleep right after lunch for a good hour, and generally I don't like to nap because I wake up feeling even worse or even more tired than I did going into it. But I really needed to lay down and take it easy this afternoon and kind of just rest. Along with how tired I have been, I have to say that I definitely think it doesn't have to only do with pregnancy. You know, as you know, there's a lot of things going on right now in life in general. It's not only the pregnancy, but full-time work, school, doing a bunch of different things that I'm juggling at the same time, trying not to drop. So I'm definitely, you know, pulled in a bunch of different directions when it comes to my energy. And so one of the things I've been doing to kind of counteract that is staying active. And my doctor did recommend that I do some activity on a daily basis just so that I can maintain my body in good shape for labor. And I've been also sticking to the 30-minute a day walk in the morning. These walks every morning have really helped me to start off my day on a good note, to get out there and get moving, get active, breathe some fresh air, look at scenery, and really get energized for the day. This is definitely something that I plan on continuing to do because I really like it and I look forward to it. Actually, I really enjoy the time that I get to just put in my earphones and listen to a good podcast and get inspired, get motivated for the day. And it's definitely something that even from the day before, I look forward to the next day. It's definitely something that I also kind of use to motivate me to get out of bed every single morning. You know, when you're feeling so tired, when you know you haven't had a full night's rest, but you're still excited about getting up from bed and doing your morning routine, I feel like that's when you know you've found a good groove, and that's definitely where I am right now for sure. One of the other things that has changed a lot this week is that I've been very, very emotional. I'm talking about crying for everything, just being very emotionally connected to all of these different feelings. And I'm not sure if it's because now this time around I'm expecting a girl. I know that this is super stereotypical, but I can't help but think, is it because I'm having a girl that I'm doing all of these girly things? I want to cut my hair all of a sudden, I want to do all these layers, and I want to look better, and I want to feel better, and I'm crying a lot and I'm, you know, being very emotional and just clingy with my husband as well. So I can't help but wonder if there's a correlation between the two. Regardless, it's definitely something different. I feel like it's definitely something that's more prevalent now than it ever has been before, even when I was expecting my first son, which was Sebastian, who is a boy. My feet have continued to be swollen, and I think that that's, you know, mainly going to be the way it's going to be throughout the rest of the pregnancy. I am continuing to stay active, as I mentioned, and the doctor said that would help it as well. I'm keeping an eye on it, definitely trying to be conscious about my salt intake. I know last week I mentioned the popcorn. I actually went through the whole thing this week. I finished it off, and today I actually went food shopping and I did not pick up another bag, which I'm proud of myself for, because those popcorn things are so delicious. I can't even begin to describe. I mean, maybe when I'm not pregnant anymore, I'm not going to be as like hooked on it as I am right now. But I definitely feel like my taste buds are like party time whenever I eat that popcorn. Last week I mentioned that I scheduled an appointment to go see a breastfeeding consultant at the recommendation of my gynecologist, and I still plan on doing that, but I actually had to cancel the appointment, and that's because something different happened. So at the beginning of the week, I decided, you know what, I should really go into a chiropractor, and for the first time in my life, when I am in my 3rd trimester with my 2nd child, yes, I know, get adjusted. Probably about a year and a half, 2 years ago, I noticed that one of my shoulders is actually taller than the other one, and right now I couldn't tell you which one it is. I think actually this one is taller than this one. I'm not sure, but I definitely knew that this is something that could cause problems, especially if that misalignment goes throughout my body and I'm not able to push the baby out because my hips might be misaligned as well. This is definitely not an issue that I had with Sebastian's birth. I gave birth to him in like 2 hours and a half. First time mom, like it was unheard of. The doctor and the nurses at the hospital were extremely surprised. I definitely didn't even know what to expect, so I was like, sure, this is happening. But I definitely wanted to take into consideration the fact that I haven't been as active with this pregnancy as I have been in the past when I had Sebastian, and so I wanted to take proper measures to make sure that I'm doing whatever it is I can to make sure that the process of delivering this baby is going to be good. I was going to say easy, but what labor is actually easy? I don't think that that exists, and if it does, I've never heard of it. But I want to give us the best chance possible to have this be a non-event as it was with Sebastian. I decided to go and see a chiropractor that focuses and specializes on pregnancy related stuff and can give me, you know, specific direction on what I'm going through right now. And I found this practice that I really do love. This doctor, she's so nice, and she recommended that I go back to see her twice a week for the next 3 weeks to get readjusted every single time. Needless to say, I had to cancel my other appointment. It had fallen at the same time as this one, and so I will be seeing the breastfeeding consultant in a month from now. As far as the adjusting thing is concerned, in the chiropractor, I had never done it before, so I didn't know what to expect, and there were a few things that I was like, oh my goodness, what just happened? So number one, the doctor did tell me that I had to lay face down. Now the actual bed that they put you on, it does have like a indent so that your belly does fit in it, and so that was not too crazy. But at the beginning I was like, oh my god, is my belly really going to fit, and is my baby going to be okay? So that was perfectly fine. The other thing that really freaked me out was when she started adjusting me, she started down towards the bottom and started to work her way up. Well, when she cracked my back, probably here at the, you know, kind of mid back between both my my arms, oh my goodness, I felt like 4th of July fireworks, like kind of crackling, and it freaked me out. It didn't hurt, it wasn't like a pain or anything like that. It kind of caught me off guard and like sucked the breath out of me a little. So after that happened, she said, okay, don't worry about it, I won't do the same to your neck. I'm like, you would have done that to my neck? Like, I was telling my husband, I felt like I had just been like split down the middle in 2 pieces, because it really did feel like she just cracked me open like a coconut. So she did tell me that maybe I would feel sore, which I didn't feel at all. She also gave me some exercises to do at home with a yoga ball. I need to go buy that, and she also gave me some stretching exercises that I could do with my legs, or that I should be doing with my legs. She definitely told me not to cross my legs going forward, that could definitely mess me up. She also mentioned that some people say they sleep the best they ever sleep because their body is kind of repairing the adjustment, and so it's healing itself in the evening and you're going into very deep sleep. Now, I didn't notice anything groundbreaking with my sleep, but I did notice that I definitely wasn't waking up in the middle of the night as often to move from side to side in discomfort. So maybe it had something to do with it. Maybe it's just that I've been so tired, extra tired this week, that I've just been like clunking out. I do plan on continuing to go back. I think I like the experience a lot, and I definitely enjoy the fact that it feels like it's taking me in the right direction when it comes to proper delivery. I read in my pregnancy app that this week I should start getting prepared to experience Braxton Hicks. Now, I don't know what Braxton Hicks feel like. I feel like I just went into labor with my last pregnancy, and I never experienced any tightening of my belly, anything to do with practice contractions, which is what also they call it. And I don't know what to expect this time around, but I definitely haven't actually experienced any pain whatsoever. I think that everything has maintained normal, and the app did say that at this point I could continue to experience those Braxton Hicks, but if I do feel more than 4 a day, I should definitely contact my doctor and let them know, because it could be a sign of preterm labor. I'm 31 weeks right now. I don't anticipate that I will be going into preterm labor, just because everything has been going so great thus far. There were 2 more things that I noticed in the app that it said I could potentially have that I don't have. Number 1 is shortness of breath. I do feel like I get a lot tired of, like walking up the stairs and down the stairs and walking around. I take a little bit longer to do those sorts of things, but it's definitely not because I'm like I can't catch my breath. Like, absolutely not. I still feel 100% like I could have a normal conversation, or even do anything that's activity wise fine for a non-pregnant me. But the only thing that I do notice that holds me back from doing these things is that I have a huge, gigantic belly that is not letting me move around as freely as I would like. So I was trying to explain this to my husband and kind of give him an idea of what it feels like to have this type of belly. And I thought about the idea of just telling him, imagine if you have like a basketball stuck on your abdomen and you cannot take it off. You cannot push it to the side, you cannot push it to the other side, you cannot move it up or down. It's just there and it's stuck, and it's like ingrained with all of your inner guts and things, and you just it prevents you from moving your actual muscles in the core, which we all know we need our core muscles to do absolutely everything. But it's not something that's preventing me from like breathing or walking around or doing anything that I wouldn't be able to do normally. What it does prevent me from doing is getting out of the car pretty quickly. It does prevent me from like walking long distances at a higher speed. It prevents me from reaching my feet. So when I'm like standing in the shower, I have to like kneel down a little bit to reach my feet, which I feel is definitely a blessing, because I do hear of women that have a really, really, really rough time with being pregnant. Extreme nausea, extreme everything. And I really, thank goodness I've never had an issue with actually being pregnant, experiencing the symptoms that sometimes come along with it, and I feel absolutely great. I definitely think that pregnancy agrees with me a lot. And then the other last thing that it did say I could experience this week was the beginning of breast milk production. That hasn't happened at all. I'm not concerned that it hasn't happened, because it didn't happen with my first pregnancy either. And at that time, I was really concerned about it. I was like, oh my goodness, I am dry as a bone. I'm not going to be able to breastfeed my kid. And I was able to breastfeed him just fine, like perfectly fine, for the first year full and plus of his life. In terms of the baby's development, I cannot believe it, but she's already the size of a head of lettuce. So according to my app, she's about 3.5 pounds right now. She will actually be gaining about another 3 pounds plus over the next 2 months. That's crazy. That's amazing. That's wonderful. That's all sorts of cool. Her head, her cranium, her skull is actually getting solid, but it's not going to close all the way yet. It's going to actually close all throughout her first 2 years of life, because apparently while it is getting harder, it doesn't close all the way so that it could be flexible enough to go through the birth canal during labor, so, or during delivery, I should say. I don't think I mentioned this last week, but when we went to our ultrasound appointment 2 weeks ago, they took a picture, and she looks, according to me at least, she looks so much like Sebastian. So her profile definitely looks so similar to Sebastian's profile, and it leads me to believe that they're going to look a lot alike, which I think is going to be so cool, because even though of course they're a boy and a girl, and I'm sure they're gonna have their differences in personality, in absolutely everything, because they're two different humans. Even if they were identical twins, they're different humans, but I think it's going to be so cool because they're also so close in age. And then the last thing that the app mentioned was that she's becoming a lot more flexible this week, so I'm about to feel more and more movement from her, like moving head side to side. And when I originally read that, I was like, wait, how much more movement can I actually expect? I swear I could feel the flutters at like week 8 which was unheard of, at least to me. And so I've been feeling all this movement all throughout the whole pregnancy. Now we're at week 31, and the app is like, oh yeah, now you're gonna feel movement. I'm like, wait, how much more movement am I gonna feel? But I am looking forward to it, because I do enjoy feeling her move around, feeling her in there, you know, doing something, doing all the things. There was one last thing that I wanted to mention, and it completely dropped off my brain, and I have no idea what it is right now, but I will definitely write it down for next week's update. Next week I will be 32 weeks. I cannot even begin to believe. 2 months away. Yes, friends, 2 months, and yeah, we'll start the roller coaster all over again with our brand new baby girl. So what about you? Are you also pregnant? How far along are you? Tell me all about your symptoms and what you've experienced. I would love to start a conversation with you in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you have not already. Give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you in my next video. Bye. I almost forgot. Let me show you my belly now. This is my 31-week belly. Large and in charge.